Hey, Nick, we need a tagline for the podcast.
No.
Real life opinions. Movie reviews told by fans and not critics.
That makes a great recording.
That makes a great recording.
That does make a great recording.
I'm impressed. It's a false sense of hope that Danny would be here.
Oh.
Poor Danny. Why are you picking on him? He's not here.
Yeah, you can't pick on Danny.
I meant that it's sad that we would expect him to be here because we heard his voice, but now he's not here and it's sad.
This is true.
We miss you, Danny. You're like the heart and soul that holds us together.
Ray Stans?
You know what? No, he'd be more of an Ernie or like a
It's Winston.
Winston.
Yeah.
Winston, yeah. We did this a while ago, and like Mike got that role by default, but I feel like
And that was a fun day.
It was definitely Danny is definitely our Winston.
Yes.
Yeah,
I would say
Mike is
so.
definitely not our Winston.
No.
No offense, Mike, if you're listening.
I mean, Danny and I sit here and talk about you guys in whispers, so it's all good. I miss Danny. He's like my
Yeah,
podcast
who are you gonna
buddy.
talk to? My God. And Corey's not really here because he didn't watch the movie.
Well, he is, but
I'm here in spirit.
he's invisible.
Yeah.
Hi, invisible person.
Wah, 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 wah.
Can't even say beep beep Corey because Danny's not here.
Aw.
It's guess not.
I've never
the
seen
same.
such a sad look in your face before.
Beep, beep.
Love you, Danny.
It's gonna be fuck off, Corey. Next.
Guess not the same. So, Laura, what movie are we doing today?
Project Hail Mary,
Yeah, we're doing something that's like new in the theaters.
right? And we're the only two that watched it. What the fuck? You failed,
That's
Corey.
what, this is why
We watch movies for this?
Shut up.
this is why original ideas don't succeed in the theaters. Because this is like this was an original.
But
Like, I know it was based on a book,
Right, it was, yes.
but it was an original franchise, right?
Yeah. But, you know, in fairness, too, like, I'm not even counting Corey in this because it was just laziness. Daddy at least watched half of it.
This is true.
I watched a trailer.
Laziness.
Oh, such an amazing movie.
You would have actually really
I know,
enjoyed
even
it.
Dave told me to watch it and I just didn't. You know, okay, full disclosure, and I feel really, 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 really
He
stupid.
didn't want to.
No. Tuesday, Lisa's like, we should go to a movie. I'm like, no, there's nothing I need to see. And then Wednesday, I'm like, son of a bitch.
Wow. Wow, there literally was something you needed to see.
Yeah, but that was the only day I was free this week, and I blew it.
See, Jeff and I even waited an extra week for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And we're the only ones that watched it when we were supposed to.
Yep.
But at the same time, having you two do a podcast is not a bad thing.
The last time we did a okay, granted, this is
Hey.
makeup for Winter in Wonderland.
Yes.
Or Christmas in Wonderland.
That was terrible.
That is absolutely
It was your
horrid.
favorite movie, admit it.
Oh my God. I think that's the worst movie I've ever done on the podcast.
I
Like,
didn't rate it.
it was worse than Five Nights at Freddy.
Is it though?
Yes, it is. It is worse than
'Cause
Five Nights at
that's-
Freddy.
Yeah, okay.
That's how bad it is.
And you know what's sad is even I watched Five Nights at Freddy's. I didn't make it to the podcast, but I watched it. And I have to agree.
I had fun with a lot of Christmas in Wonderland, but I absolutely hated a bunch of Christmas in Wonderland.
Like the
So-
drop that they shouldn't have survived.
Well, it felt like Home Alone in a mall, and Home Alone is a lot of fun.
Or was it the doped up elf scene?
No, it was literally just the feeling of watching Home Alone in a mall. That's the only thing I liked. Anything outside of the mall, I hated. Any of the, like, even the over the top stuff in the mall, I had fun with.
Man.
But anything to do with Patrick Swayze, sorry. Anything to do with Tim Curry, sorry, were just awful.
How did Tim Curry give such a terrible performance?
And
already told
insulting
you.
to the RCMP, no less.
They hired him to overact because they needed somebody to overact the overacting.
That checks out. So, Project Hail Mary, a good movie.
Yes.
What'd you think of the beginning where he's wondering who he is and where he is and everything like that? Like,
Worst part ever.
Right.
I-
when he wakes up and He's like dodging the machine. Yeah.
So when I went to go watch this in the theater, the time in online said 7:15. Mm-hmm. So we got there, and it was 20 minutes into the movie.
Oh no.
So I got to watch the beginning after I already knew the ending, and it totally changed the beginning for me.
Oh, it does. Because you're like, well, this sucks.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
Dagger bomb.
oh.
there's some big spoilers that we might be talking about too.
There's gonna be some massive spoilers.
I don't know if you want to be in here or not, Corey. Do you care enough?
Nope.
Okay.
He's touching the boo-boo.
He's touching the boo-boo. Did you enjoy the stuff with the robot? I actually thought there was going to be more with it.
I was expecting more with the robot, but I like the whole dodging thing and the, you know, basically telling it off and then asking it questions and like,
Who am I? Why am I here? Oh, I'm smart.
why do I know that? That's the whatever's in the wrong spot. Why do I know that?
Yeah. Was I smart? Was I smart?
Right? Am I smart? Right? Yeah. No, that was pretty good. The whole pilot in chair. I'm not the pilot. I'm not the pilot. That was my favorite.
Well, and towards the end, you would have thought he would have built up more. Like, why wouldn't you spend more time learning how to pilot it before you do the thing when they get the sample? Like, you can practice piloting it. You're out in outer space.
Because it was already set on self-pilot, and something in him told him not to touch anything.
Well, because he wasn't the pilot, right?
Right. Right. I'm not the pilot. Right. So, you know, it makes sense, and it would scare me too.
Was it ever explained how the pilot and the astronaut died? Because
No.
I missed it. I watched it twice. I was looking for a reason, and I didn't see how they died.
No, they don't actually explain why they die.
Like, I kind of wonder if it was something like Rocky's ship where there was like radiation unexpected.
I would assume so, in a way, but yeah, they don't actually explain that. Corey stinks now.
Like awesomeness. Of course, you should have been in that room a few minutes ago.
That's what I'm counting. I heard that.
Yeah.
It's really heartbreaking watching the whole beginning. Him being confused, him being sad,
And then
knowing what happens at the end of the movie.
to find out what happens to him, and you're like, that bitch. Like,
But she was right.
she was.
We'll get to that though. Like, that was a gut shot.
It was.
But
Now, did I feel like it was a little drawn out, him trying to figure out everything? No. Only because he's not sitting on it too long. He's still trying to figure out everything else as he goes. Like, he's remembering what he needs to remember.
Well, I think they made the right choice to segment the movie the way they did.
Yes.
Like, if they had done the whole movie, you started off on Earth and then went to outer space, that wouldn't have worked. And I think they broke it up perfectly where you start in outer space, he's confused in who he is, he's confused in what's going on. And they do explain that, right? Like,
They do.
explain why he was that way,
Yes.
right?
See, and if they hadn't have broken it up that way, it would have felt too much like The Martian in reverse. Like, going from Earth to Mars instead.
Yeah.
Or kind of like The Core.
Oh, yeah, I could see that. No, Amy normally doesn't like movies segmented like that. Like, she doesn't like time jumps, and she really liked this movie. So it was well done.
Yes, I like the way that they did it. See, I'm not usually one for space movies.
Really?
Yep. I'm not usually one for them, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go watch it. I said I'd go watch it. I made Mark go with me. He thoroughly enjoyed it, and it's funnier than what you think it is.
They really they got the humor just perfectly.
They
It
did.
wasn't a comedy, but there was so many times where the interaction between Rocky.
The spaceships.
Oh my God! So we gotta set the stage. Earth is dying here. They're
By
I love the classroom scene where he's like explaining to the children what's going on,
Yes.
and he's already done the math. He knows the son's dying.
And how long they have.
Yeah. And he's just kind of got to tell them, well, you know, things will be fine. No, don't worry about it.
As all the kids are freaking out and he's trying to calm them down. Is it true we only have 30 years? No, we have longer than that. As he's nodding.
Well, he's done the math, right?
But obviously those kids know him well enough that, you know, he's giving them the company line, but he's like, yeah.
It's such an I've never seen it done that way, where there's like an interstellar organism that has gone through, and like it's so grounded in science, right? Like it's going to Neptune for the CO2,
Yes.
and that's why it's expanding the way it is, and going to the sun. Like that, just that's an extraordinary science, like it grounded in real science, yet science fiction.
All I could think of when they started talking about it being an organism, you know, how on earth we have that stupid organism that looks like kind of like a bear.
Oh yes,
Yeah, right?
yes.
It can be frozen and heated up. It just won't die.
Apparently, these will die though.
These ones do, but you have to find the right place.
Yeah, and that was pretty cool. Did you enjoy the? I enjoyed the interaction between him and Carl, the security guard.
Carl and I made a baby.
Do we have an expense account?
No, but I do.
And they're just hanging out at Home
They've
Depot.
been playing bowling with the duct tape and right? Totally something I would do.
I almost feel like, I don't want to say Carl was as responsible, but like Carl definitely helped. Like
Between the sour Skittles, the bowling, and actually putting everything together, I can understand the Carl and I made a baby.
yeah. Well, he's like, I lost it. Why don't we put the box in a box?
Right? Yeah, put the box in the box. Then he seals him in said box.
How did they? The box in a box always kind of perplexed me, because I'm just like, first, how do you lose like an amiibo?
Well, exactly.
Like
Because it's an amoeba. So it's easy to, but it's like a firefly because it glows in the dark. Because it does. But they never actually specify whether or not they use like a black light or anything. It just kind of glows in the dark.
I think it's just always light. It like gets in the darkness. It glows in the darkness.
But it doesn't. Because
I thought it did.
no,
and that's
because
how,
they put filters on.
So you think they saw it through the filter?
But he wasn't wearing a filter, so he'd have to be using a black light or something to make it glow when they were in the box.
I don't know.
At least they never explain if he's using a filter.
Yeah, I don't remember them explaining the filter
No.
at all.
No, but it's later on that you actually figure out for them to see it. It's a filter. They're using a filter.
I didn't recall that part. But it makes sense. It makes total sense, right? What did you think of Eva, the German? Or was she Russian? She was Russian,
She was
wasn't
Russian.
she? Yeah.
She was very...
Hey, before the ending, like, what did you think of her before the ending? When she came down and they're all doing the karaoke and she sang, I was like, okay.
It's like, oh, she does have a personality. She's not a stick.
Yeah, she's...
Because that's kind of what I thought. I was like, oh my god, she's a stick. She's boring. She's like epitome of a throwaway character.
I loved it when when he's sitting there, he's with all the scientists, and he's talking about how he made was it when he made a baby? Yeah, I think it was when he made a baby. No, when he discovered the CO2 that they feed. Yes, when they made a baby.
When they made the baby.
And the one scientist, oh, can you make this many ton of them? And he's sitting there puzzled, and she's like, okay, put your hand up in the air. I now swear that you have like super ultra secret clearance.
Right. Yeah. It's like, woohoo! I've joined the club. Is there a secret handshake? It was actually handshake. I was waiting for it, but no handshake. handshakes.
I thought there was going to be. I definitely thought there was going to be more than a handshake between those two.
Well, later on, yeah.
I actually appreciate that they kept it platonic because it was like leading up to a romance, and it would have made the twist even harsher if they had.
Right, and you don't really expect the twist, but
No.
well,
No.
kind of you don't. As it's leading up, you're like something's gonna happen to him.
Well, but not that. That
No.
was not what I thought. But I love all the science stuff on Earth. Like I thought it was terrific. It could have been boring. It could have been done wrong.
No, they did very well with that, and the whole. Because I went online and I looked afterwards, and a lot of people complained about the whole time lapse thing. And I thought that the way that they did, like the hair growth, the facial hair,
Yeah.
all of that explained the whole time lapse just fine.
Well, and you don't need to be hit over the head with it.
Apparently, you do.
Some people just need their hand held in a movie, right?
Right, but no, the facial, or like the 5 o'clock shadow, and then all of a sudden it's like I gotta shave. It was perfect.
I can only think of one incident where this movie movied, and the time lapse was not it. Like that was not no.
No, I had no complaints about the time lapse whatsoever.
Nope.
It's literally, it's what it is. Did they figure it out in a day? No, that's obvious. They didn't do it in a day.
He wouldn't have all that hair growth. Like,
Exactly.
you know, people are like they were there for months and months. Like this was not a quick process.
No.
Right?
And you can tell, like, when he wakes up, you can tell that he's been there, obviously, for years.
Yep.
Because there's no way that you're going to look like the mountain man after a couple months.
And your metabolism slowed down.
Yes.
So, like, you're going to look like that, but it's also not going to be. I'm trying to remember how many years it was. Was it 3?
I think it was 3 years he was already out there.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, with the slower metabolism, the year, or like the amount of years, yeah, he's not going to, literally, he's not going to look like the old man that you see in the other movies with the really long hair, long beard, gnarly ass long nails, because things don't grow that fast when your metabolism is slower. It doesn't work that way.
No, like, do people in comas, you're in coma for 50 years, you know, you don't wake up and you're 50 years older. Like, you are, but, you know.
Right? But you're not going to fully look that way.
Yeah, you're not going to, your beard's not going to be down past your knees, right?
I mean, now granted too, when you're in a coma, they take better care of you. Obviously, I mean.
That fucking robot didn't do its job.
No, it did not. I mean, he literally had a shriveled up corpse above him, and then the other one didn't quite look like that, but yeah.
It bothers me there wasn't an explanation why they died.
I wish they had given an explanation, yes.
And it's not a breaking point, like it doesn't break the movie for me. That's just, I wish I knew.
But it would have been nice, because they explained why Rocky's crew dies.
Yep.
What about those two?
So, you briefly touched on it. I would have the same reaction if I was out in space by myself and I saw a giant fucking alien spaceship. I would feel exactly like he did. I'm like, no.
Run away!
yeah. When they're doing the little
It's like, because he runs away and then comes up beside him again, and it really looks like a giant toothpick and with a bunch of little spindles. And then he looks over and it's like, it's a turtle race.
And what did you think of first meeting Rocky?
Honestly, I thought it was going to be a giant ass spider, and I was going to get up and walk out.
It did kind of look like that at first, didn't it? Like
Yes.
kind of the silhouette and the hand,
And
right?
then, and it was like, nope, I'm done. I'm out. Jeff can suck it. I'm not watching anymore.
I think they introduced him rather well because, like, of course you're gonna have that kind of element of being afraid.
Yes.
When you first see that, and like, I don't like it in movies where you don't feel that. Like it's like, oh yeah, it's an alien. Oh, yeah, of course. Like this movie was really good at having an extraordinary situation seem very believable.
Yes, because it gives everybody it extends into the belief that there's other living organisms.
Yep.
In our
More
universe or
intelligent life?
universes, yes. But it also leads into the fact that they're not what we perceive. Like they
Well-
don't have the giant bubble head and very skinny bodies.
And they're not gonna be what we perceive.
No.
Like that design, I thought was so good, so original.
Yes.
Like they could have totally made him humanoid
Mhm.
and like relatable to you and me, but instead they made him so that you didn't totally understand his anatomy. And
or anything that the puppet show. That's all I can think of. The puppet show.
But that's how you would communicate, right?
Yep.
You would, and I love his skill. Like they explain that he's an engineer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is so cool.
Yes.
Like they don't really. I don't know how it works on his planet, but I'm gonna guess they don't have much in the way of science. But they obviously have like
They obviously
engineering.
and they have enough in the way of science that they knew just as much as Earth
Mhm.
for what was going on. They just might not be as advanced
Well, I don't want to say that they weren't as advanced.
in science, but in engineering, they were obviously more advanced.
Yeah, like I really appreciate that. Like, normally an alien, like either they are so far above us or so far below us, right? Where this movie perfectly encapsulated, we're better here, but they're better here. And when you meld the two intelligences together, it can create something wonderful.
I
right?
also like that they made Rocky, in his excitement with everything, because you could kind of see it. He was almost childlike.
He reminded me a little bit of like a puppy.
Kind of, yeah.
And that's kind of how I viewed their science, was kind of like a childlike science almost, right?
Right, it's like just kind of entering into junior high. We're just starting to get there type
Mhm.
thing. Yeah, that pretty much sums it up. I mean, they,
Mhm.
like I said, they knew about the amoebas. They knew that this was destroying it.
But they didn't understand stuff like radiation, right?
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
that makes sense that if you're from a planet that doesn't have radiation, why would you know about it, right?
Exactly.
And he's a rock organism, right? So maybe that's their biology doesn't make them susceptible to normal radiation like we would. And this is just an outstanding thing, right? Like, this is just an extraordinary circumstance. Like, this is the first time they've ever encountered something that could possibly do that.
Right? And I mean, it 100% totally makes sense. And as you progress later into the movie, you find out it's like they know certain elements that'll hurt them, but they don't know all elements
Yep.
that'll hurt them.
And that's no different from us.
Nope.
Because there's definitely things that out there that we would have no idea until we encounter them.
And it's like saying, prime example was volcanoes. Didn't know what they were before. When it exploded, it's like, oh, that's bad.
Yep.
Stay away from that.
That's bad, yeah.
Right?
Well, up until what, 40, 50 years ago, we didn't understand CO2 emissions, and now it's just kind of like, yee, right?
Or the amount of lead, using lead pipes. It's
I say it all the time in my work that, because people are just like, oh, why would they use lead water line? You never know what you'll know until tomorrow.
right. It's It's quite honestly, it's like using copper. The reason that copper is used in your piping in the house or in your house is because it kills bacteria.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you use it.
Well, that's not the only reason why copper was.
That's not why why it was primarily used, but that is why plumbers recommend it now.
Yeah. Well, plastics. So, I think we're going to discover in 30, 40 years' time how bad plastic in the water system is for us.
Mm-hmm. The only thing that gets me now on that topic with all the science stuff is, remember when we were kids and don't use paper bags, you're killing the trees? So go to plastic. Now we can't use plastic because it's bad for the earth. So let's go back to killing the trees.
Yeah.
We need to find a better alternative.
Well, what's the better alternative?
Go back to weaving baskets, damn it.
Well, we could.
There's enough cattails around Mirror Lake, we can do it.
What did you think of, like, we need a Rocky type thing that could just build us baskets.
Right?
Like, look
Just
how
use
fast-
Xeon. Yeah.
Mm.
Except for, for us it's a gas.
Yeah. I love it when he takes that sample of that and he's just like, that's not possible.
With the canister and the oh. Yeah, 'cause that's a dangerous gas.
Mm-hmm.
But not to them. But that's the alternative too. Like, we know that's dangerous. That is bad for us. We don't touch that.
But to them, it's a rock.
Right?
Like,
So it's literally vice versa.
mm-hmm.
The whole thing is vice versa. It's what's dangerous to us is safe to them.
Mm-hmm. And,
Which is 100% plausible when you think about it.
oh yeah, like you have. But his whole argument at the beginning of the movie is that.
The water. Not everything.
yeah, it's that organisms might not be made, might not be.
Not all organisms are made of water.
And then it was.
He was totally wrong.
But I bet you Rocky's planet.
Right, and Mark and I had a conversation about that.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll discuss it at the end because that's the end of the movie.
Yeah.
But Mark and I had a really good conversation about that.
I bet you. Yeah. We'll get to there.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. And we'll talk about the twist, right?
Yes.
But there's definitely, I think he was actually proven right at the end of the movie.
I think so.
But we'll get there.
But okay, I have to ask, what did you think of the whole, well, like you said, he was like a puppy, when he decides he's going to move in and be his roommate?
Oh my god, I laughed so hard. Because like at the beginning of the movie, he's like, oh my god, I'm alone, I'm so lost, I'm so alone. Oh my god, oh. And then he's just like, now I have a roommate and no space.
So bossy.
Who are you talking to? Nobody.
There's no space. He's so bossy.
I can hear you.
Right, because there you start figuring out, because of him showing him, Rocky hears you by sound waves,
Yep.
not by seeing you.
Well, and that's also a fascinating way to introduce his vision. Like, okay, Rocky's got no face.
Well, he has one, but not with eyes.
Yeah. Oh my god, when they showed, oh, it's so disgusting how you eat. How do you eat?
He did that. And okay, so Mark and I are in the theater and they're doing that scene, and he's eating the noodles and all that, and we're like, that's normal. And you have Rocky, oh, that's gross. Ew, nasty. Well, how do you eat him? Right up the ass. So we're laughing our asses off. The whole theater, ew. It's like, so he has a very unconventional. I don't want to know how he shits.
I'm glad they didn't get into it. Hopefully.
Not through his mouth.
Yeah, hopefully that's an entrance only.
I hope so, but that explains too why that was the only part of his body that was a different color.
Yep.
Which, weirdly, I caught on to.
Yeah. Like, No.
Because who catches on to that shit? Laura!
Did it bug you in the theater how, like, I know it wasn't as easy as they made it seem, but I've developed a program so Rocky can talk to me.
Okay, that one did. That really bothered me because it's like, you know, figuring out certain things is like, okay. But then it just started feeling like, okay, you're making up words to go with his sounds.
Yeah, there's no way that he understood enough to do that.
Yeah, there's to have a whole, and you would need years upon years to come up with the dialogue.
When, how did Rocky understand him?
Puppet show.
But they were like, he was like talking to Rocky
So-
like normal.
With the program, and again, I think it's the whole sound wave thing which made it different for Rocky.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, as he was naturally, as you're putting these sounds into the program, it's going to translate back as well.
Did it though?
I think
Like
it was supposed
you couldn't have it on the screen because he can't see screens, right?
No,
So, like, I don't know how.
I think it was honestly because of the sound wave. He was, whatever he was saying, he was just able to pick it up.
I understand why the movie did it. This is the one incident in the movie where I'm just like, okay,
Right.
movie's got a movie.
Maybe he made an internal computer.
Maybe. I don't know. It didn't make any sense, but I think if they didn't do it, the movie wouldn't have been so good.
Right, and honestly, if they had shown two different programs going, it would have been like, this is going to take fucking forever.
Well, and even the program they did show didn't make any fucking sense.
No, squiggly line equals this. What the fuck is the squiggly line?
When he talked about his spouse,
Is mate.
he almost sounded like Chewbacca.
Right, but it was kind of like sing-songy until the very end.
Yeah, until the very end.
And then you're like, I was like, ooh, she's a masculine mate. It's
Oh,
like,
it's a beautiful name. Let's call her Adrian.
I like what Rocky calls the planet.
Oh, didn't he name it after her?
Well, eventually.
Yeah.
But he originally names it the swirly geometrical sphere planet.
Yes, I had forgot about that. Yeah. Yeah, and he says, technically, yes.
Right? But let's give it a shorter name.
I will forgive it for the movie moving,
I will forgive it for that.
because I think without communication between the two of them, the movie would not have been as good.
No, it wouldn't have worked. And in a way, it was more humorous.
Oh,
Because he was
the
coming up-
interaction between the two of them.
Right? Seriously, he was like a dog in a hamster wheel.
Oh my god, when he made that wheel for himself, or the little hamster ball, he just, everywhere he went.
Where is this? This is your place? Ooh, what a mess. You're gross. Where do I sleep?
Oh. I wasn't expecting guests.
How do you explain? Yeah. How do you explain that to a rock? That all of a sudden just appeared.
Oh my god. What was the thing that they threw? They threw at him? Like, threw it fast?
Oh, the like the little canister thing.
Yeah, the canister. And then I love how he threw it slow and he's looking out the window. I was like, oh, they think I'm stupid.
Well, it's because he's freaking out and trying to. And how much you want to bet Rocky could see that through the spaceship with him
Wait.
screaming?
Yeah, well, the way he sees things, right?
So it's like, we'll just kind of go. Yeah, that was pretty good. I have to say this. And,
I just the slow motion of it moving through air.
well, it was the blip A incoming. Oh my God, it's a bomb!
Oh my god! He's freaking out.
Right, blip, blip B incoming. And he literally watches him go. Like, my question is okay, I understand that, there's no gravity in space, and I get that. If you toss it like that, that had to have taken a eon to get to him.
Well, it did take forever.
You're watching and it's freaking out, and then he calms down, and it's like, and obviously he had enough time to wiggle into a spaceship, a suit with no gravity,
Which would have been super tough.
and get outside with a rope and use a really shitty knot. Back door open.
Yeah, it's that door.
But use a really shitty knot, which you have to be a scouter to understand that was a really shitty knot.
Yeah, like, I wasn't going to judge the knot. I was just kind of like, okay.
Oh, I 100% did. I saw that knot, and I'm like, really? That is not holding shit.
I wonder if Corey's getting robbed right now.
He might be.
Corey, you should go see if you're getting robbed.
We have insurance.
But you don't have the sign back there. But
That means they
can't be honest about it. But, you know, so yeah, there's that about, you know, and that's where the whole puppet show comes from, because the race to get it, and then I could have swore when the rope snapped him back, which again
Oh my
shouldn't have
God.
happened. Right, it was like, oh, he's lost that. Now the aliens are gonna have to get closer and just like hand it to him, which I was kind of waiting for. I was waiting for them to just kind of scooch over and be like, "Here, dum dum."
That reminded me of how they use the centrifugal force to create gravity. That was ingenious. Like, I wonder if that's what they do in something like that in the International Space Station.
Maybe. Though I have in the last few days come to the conclusion, why do we train astronauts? Just put NASCAR drivers in the seat?
Ah, they're already ready for the G-force, right?
They are.
Yeah. Yeah. Dale Earnhardt, come on down.
Just put him in the seat.
I
Let him drive.
Did he die? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about you. He's probably right.
Wait, I can't say beep. Fuck off, Corey.
Beep, beep.
Beep.
You can say it. You just got to be sad about it. Because
sad beep beep noises.
sad
That's it.
beep,
Danny,
beep.
call me just for this.
Yeah, Danny, if you could call Corey, not you. Just
Yeah,
be
call
like,
Corey.
Beep, beep, Corey. That's all you need to do, Daddy.
You know this isn't live, right?
Oh, it will be.
Well, whatever.
Just think, you're gonna get random calls now. You should feel
Hmm.
special.
Well, can't say too random. I'm hoping the average person doesn't have this going on.
So, did you think that was a beautiful solution to their problem with that planet being the answer?
It was a beautiful solution. Kind of a little surprising.
Well, there had to be something.
Right, but to have, I think where it was, I get it as being a little surprising is because they figured this out on Earth. And this is before the surprise. Like, they figure out that this is happening over here too. They need to go figure out why their sun's still bright. And it's like, okay.
It does seem like a Hail Mary move.
Oh, very much so, yes. Nice
A
pun.
project after that.
Yeah,
They
they should name a
did.
project after that.
Preparation A through G failed.
They did, though.
Yeah, it did seem like a pretty far, like, I feel like they could have figured something else out than this. Like, we're going to go this many light years away.
Right? And then, you know.
You're going to go there and going to see why.
Well, yeah, but, you know, up to that point, like, when they're discussing who all is going, and it's like, they're not coming back.
What,
And that-
why not just make enough fuel? Like, you could have just doubled the fuel tank. Problem solved.
Exactly.
They know how to create these things. So, like, you could have a self-replicating fuel.
Yes. But if they had done that too, then we wouldn't have gotten to see them go fishing.
This is true.
And,
No, they still would have got to go fishing.
well, this is true, yes.
The fishing was, I like, how are we going to do this? Like, we're going to have to, like, make, like, a 20-mile long chain.
And he's sitting there like knitting. And it's like, I'm like, I want to make a chain that quick. He made that chain in what, 2 minutes? according
Well,
to the movie.
I don't know
According to
how
the movie.
long.
The movie's got a movie. He did it in 2 minutes.
Yeah. I think it took a little bit longer than that. He was pretty much building it the whole time they were going to the planet.
Pretty much. But, you know, he was already building it too before he was asked how they were going to do this.
Yes, yeah.
So, you know, apparently The Rock was smarter.
But that, like I was saying before, like smarter about certain things,
Well,
not
that's
as smart as about other things. Right?
That's an engineering tactic, right? So that would make sense.
I don't know how they couldn't. Like, I thought you'd be able to make a way. So you go down, you go fishing, and then why don't you just leave the planet instead of like jumping out while you're in the orbit and pulling it up? Like I feel like they could have. They could have planned that better.
Because he does say that they can't take the ship into
Which makes sense.
the atmosphere because it would burn up.
But why wouldn't you just leave the atmosphere before pulling it up?
Right, because then it wouldn't have pulled you down. So, yeah, no.
Yes, exactly. If he had like slightly came up,
It's because he wasn't the captain of the chair.
but that's fair. He probably wasn't skilled enough to do it.
Right? Well, and he wasn't in the chair at all. Because he left the chair to go
get-
drop the chain.
But that's when he could have like steered
He
it
should have
up.
gone back to the chair and, like, started pulling it back out.
Oh my God! When
Better question is when they drop, because they dropped the screen. That's when they name, or Rocky names the planet, right?
yeah,
You can obviously see that there's two trails.
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't you just fish from both and figure out which one's which, instead of going into the planet itself?
I don't know if they could have. Like, you wouldn't have been able to get a sample of what was doing it. I don't think. Like,
Maybe.
you've already got him dead, dead atrophied. Is that what it's called, atrophied?
Yeah, they called it atrophied.
Yeah, it's dead afterwards. So you wouldn't necessarily have the component that killed it without going to the planet.
See, the other thing that gets me too is, okay, yeah, I understand them wanting this component to kill it. But when you go back to it and he's doing all these experiments on it, he killed the atrophy.
Well, I was thinking the same thing. It's like, oh, he killed it. It's like,
Right?
why don't you just do that
Right.
on a larger scale?
So, exactly.
Once you figure out that it's going to Venus, is it Venus or Neptune? It's Neptune.
Neptune.
Yeah. Then just kill it on Neptune. I feel like you
Right.
could have saved yourself a trip.
And in theory, they should have been able to, right?
Mm-hmm.
But and Mark said, he goes, well, he killed it with a needle. What's he gonna do? Put 1,000 trillion microscopic needles in? I was like, but was it the needle or did he introduce something? Like when it popped, yes. But they had given him
That's fair that it might have been the needle, though.
right. But they had given him how many of these atrophies?
2.
No, they gave him 3 afterward, and he killed another one. But up to that point when they're leaving, or before they leave, how many did he go through? How many did he kill, and how many of it was with a needle, or how many different things did he introduce? Because they do skip that.
Well, and they had to.
Considering he was working on it for months, I can understand why they had to.
Like, the whole planet thing was dramatic. Like, I when I watched that scene, I was just like, okay, this is for dramatic effect.
Right.
Like, coming back down again, the gravity pulling him in. Oh, and when Rocky busted out of his suit,
I was gonna cry.
I
was
thought they killed him.
I was like, the poor pet Rock.
Yeah.
Like,
You know, there's a couple things I want to talk about right before the end, but like, man, I'm just like, oh my, Rocky is going to fucking sacrifice himself.
to save this human.
Yeah, and you know what? At possibly the expense of his own planet.
Yes.
Like, he cares that deeply for this
Well-
human, this alien to him, that he is willing to sacrifice his own well-being, which sacrifices his own planet.
And that's not the only time that Rocky actually made a sacrifice for him either. Because when he sits there and goes, I'm not going home, I'm just sending these pods. And
I don't know if that's a sacrifice, but that's him being generous, right?
In a way, it's a sacrifice because it's going to take him longer to get home to save his planet.
But this is, yeah, you're right. And it was a year's difference, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like, what was it? It'd take me 3 years longer or something like
Yeah.
that. So, like, that can make a huge difference.
Oh yeah, because like who knows what happens to the planet at that time?
Exactly.
Because they don't have the time frame.
No.
Well, maybe like you don't know on Rocky's planet how long they have known about this.
Right?
Like they might have been like 5 years away by the time they discover this other planet, right?
Yeah. I mean, and, you know, and the way he did the calculations, and it's like, okay, so it takes me 3 years longer. Is that detrimental? Is it not? Are you closer?
And how many people could possibly die in that time?
But he
right?
actually does show that too when he sends them in that little capsule thing.
Mm-hmm.
This is where we are. This is my planet here.
Mm-hmm.
Where and he's basically asking where's your planet in conjunction to all this.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, and if you catch on to that, then you understand. I mean, I did, and I pointed it out to Mark too, and it's like, that's his planet.
Well, and they needed to do that for the ending, right?
Yes.
The jump back down to Earth. I guess we're near about the ending where we could start talking about it.
We're getting close, yep.
That explosion,
Was a big boom. Yeah.
man. Could you imagine being the Russian at that moment? You've years building this program. You are just about to send someone away. Mm-hmm. You have made it. You've done all this experimenting. Nothing has gone like horribly wrong yet. Like everything has kind of worked so far.
And your lead scientist gets blown up. Is that
That
thunder?
was thunder. Yeah, it's ways away. I saw the lightning out there. Cool. Hey, we're gonna get rain tonight.
It's fucking April.
It's supposed to rain in April.
Yeah, but
April
not
showers for May
thunder.
flowers.
But not thunder.
Not that intense of thunder.
Right?
Although it was like 18 today, so
And
it went from like -1 to +18. So,
So,
we need the rain.
hmm
well, we do, but I can live without the thunder right now.
Could you imagine how she'd feel? Like she basically has to totally rebuild this program. Like this is the program that's going to save the planet.
And that's why,
And-
in that point, her decision makes sense.
Man, like, so, Corey, you should go someplace else, please. Because there's a really good twist that we don't want to spoil. So, spoilers
Go
up
stand
ahead
outside
for
in the rain.
raindrops keep falling
How
on your
long do you
heads.
figure?
About 5 minutes?
Yeah, give us 5 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, you like.
I'm going to play with the storm.
Okay. Don't get struck by lightning.
Raindrops keep falling on his head.
You need an umbrella.
Do, 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 do.
Gooder, too.
Okay, we'll be right back.
I'm so glad. And now that that's over with,
Right?
we can talk about the big twist.
And we evicted Corey.
Yeah, get bricks, Corey. So, what she does to him, like, it fucking blew my mind. I'm just like, so, for those that haven't seen the movie, the Russian Ursa, I do believe I had the name up here. Was it Ursa?
I think so.
She, the Ryan Gosling, Eva, not Ursa. Sorry, so close.
Think Wally.
Yeah, Eva. She tranquilizes him, straps him into the rocket, and sends him to space against his fucking will.
After they chase him down.
Yeah, like they basically they've lost all their scientists. This big major explosion happens, and he is the only scientist left alive.
Right.
And they present him with the option, and like when he said no, I'm just like no, he's gonna turn around. We're gonna be like a montage. He's gonna walk away. And he's gonna come back, and he's gonna be like,
I'm
Yeah.
going to be the big hero.
yeah. And like his buddy Carl was the one that like tranquilized him, right? Like,
And tackles him.
Oh.
He tackled him too.
yeah. I guess it was. That's so heartbreaking because it's like, what do you? Okay,
Well,
I have my opinion. What do you think? Is it the right choice?
yes and no. I mean, because you could obviously tell he was afraid. He didn't want to do it, which is why he didn't volunteer.
Mm-hmm.
But then to be like, you're like our last choice, you have to go. And you could see how hard it was for her to force him. I mean, so in a way, it was the right decision because obviously he was the only one that was going to be able to save us.
Yeah.
It was like a Peter Parker moment.
What's Peter Parker?
With great power comes
Oh.
great responsibility.
Peter Parker.
Peter Parker.
Okay. I don't know why I didn't realize that was Spider-Man at first. The way you said it was great power comes great
Great
responsibility.
responsibility. You know, Uncle Ben.
Yep. Yep. Wow. If anybody should have caught that, it should have been me.
It should have been.
Yep.
I
Nope.
got you on
Yeah,
one.
Wow. I missed the Peter Parker moment. The way you said it, I thought, never mind. So, like, how... And it ended up being the right call, but it's just... What would go through your brain that you are, like... What do you think she was thinking at that moment?
To save the planet. I mean, because she literally says it in their meeting, you know, our choices are either you go or the world leaders work together to ration some food and supplies, which is never going to work.
Yeah, like...
So, like, in essence, she's saving humanity. It was her way of saving humanity. But...
I don't think I could make that choice.
Well, because you could see that she was torn. She was literally love torn.
Excuse me. You guessed. That is such a heavy choice that someone has to make.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, how do you know that when he wakes up, and that's where the beginning really hits, when he's just like, I don't know who I am, I don't know where I am.
Right?
You know, you remember this scene where they tranquilize him, and they're just like, you might not remember what happened here.
Right, and the fact that he's coming to all of that, and he could have made the decision right then and there to not send those pods back.
Well, like, you're out there anyway. You've already done the heavy lifting. Like, you know, you don't know what you're made of until you're thrust into that situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, like, it's such a moral dilemma. Like, is she a bad guy for it?
No, I don't think she is.
But that's a horrible thing to do.
It is a horrible thing to do because you are basically forcing somebody to be the hero that they don't want to be.
For the great, like, I'll hit you up with a Spock moment, you know? The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
Yep.
Like, it's... Man, and I was not prepared for that.
Mm-mm.
I thought it was going to turn around, and he was going to be like, you know what? I am going to be the hero.
Right?
And, like, to watch that whole movie knowing that I don't even want to call him a reluctant hero. Because there is stories where it's like a reluctant hero. Because he did not choose it at all. Like,
No, and he wasn't reluctant. Once he started remembering and knew what he was there to do,
he started doing it.
yeah, he wasn't reluctant to do it.
But he did not want to leave.
No.
Like, you know, they've done it in movies before where, like, it's thrust upon him. But, like, this wasn't thrust upon him. This was, you were bagged and shipped off. Literally bagged and shipped off to do this.
So, and when you take into consideration that he was a teacher, and she literally gave him the option, go do this or go back to teaching. He had chosen teaching.
Mm-hmm.
So, going out there, and yes, even though this happened to him, ultimately, he chose his kids.
Yep.
Because,
What, did he, though? Well, in the end, he did. But, like,
yeah,
he didn't.
to begin with, no, he did not. It was a case of, I'm going to go do this, and the whole lab thing, I'm going to go do this to prove my theory right.
Yep.
To be proven wrong, but he's so invested in it now that he's going to help figure it out, but he does not want to be the hero. And ultimately, he was.
And, like, for the next plot twist, he didn't save one planet. He saved two.
He saved two.
Like, We can talk about the second plot twist. So
Yeah.
the stuff that's eating Rocky's ship that they didn't know of, and he discovered that. Like, they could have. A lot of times a movie would do like the alien has sacrificed themselves, and then you just kind of forget about that planet, right?
Yeah.
And then, they could have just sent the two of them on each way, and then you just never hear what happened about Rocky's planet, right?
But
But-
he doesn't do that.
Yeah. And you know what? I that's the moment where there was actual growth in him, because he wasn't going to be the hero. But you know what? He was out there. Well, you kind of don't have a choice but to like go through with stuff. Like, he really, I don't want to give him hero credit up until the moment he decided to rescue Rocky.
See, and even then, is it hero credit or is it? It's not a conflict of interest. It's I just spent how many months
Mm-hmm.
with this alien who's become my only friend out here.
He's so lonely. They've created a
Right.
bond.
They created that bond, so it's a case of, do I let my friend die, or do I turn around and go give him the information that I have to help save him?
Like, he could have chose himself there.
He could have.
Like, and I understand why he made that choice. His friend saved him, so he needs to go save his friend.
Yes.
Where he didn't he said fuck the planet, basically. He said, no,
Right.
you've got to find someone else.
Right. Well, and yeah, and either way, like, he's like I said, he still saves him. He sends the pods out, so the pods were going to take 4 years to get there, or he was going to take 4 years to get there. Either way, both got there when they were supposed to get there.
Could you imagine the look on her face when because he's going to inevitably make it home.
Yes.
So, the end of the movie, he ends up on Rocky's planet, and they have built him a home on
A dome.
Yeah.
He's in a dome.
The thing they find on the, what do they call it? The gaseous circular planet.
The swirly.
The swirly gaseous circular planet.
No, it was the swirly geometrically sphere planet. And yes, that sticks with me.
And like, yeah, just a thing. Rocky wouldn't know that, right? Like, how would if it never interacted before? It was just happenstance that Rocky had built him the containment thing.
Right. Well, and even with all of that, yeah, it was happenstance that he did, but when Rocky was talking about the radiation and they didn't piece together that it was this ash or whatever,
The astrophies.
those that were actually doing this until he got the gas warning.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, oh shit. Because they're literally eating through the material.
Well, it wasn't the astrophy. It was the
was the-
material from the
Yeah.
swirly,
This
the geometrically spherical planet.
That was eating through all this stuff, which would have just released the radiation again. So,
Obviously.
yes. What are you doing here?
Ah,
Oh, wait.
like 10 minutes.
he's
You're
fine.
okay now.
He's
I
fine.
cleaned the bathroom downstairs. That toilet was disgusting.
Good
It was disgusting
point.
before we moved here. Like, that bathroom was not clean.
I already told you I wasn't cleaning bathrooms.
I know.
So
Bathrooms are nasty.
I also squeegeed the windows yesterday.
Aw.
I get it. I do clean. So.
we don't believe you, Corey.
That's fair. My wife wouldn't believe me either if I said that.
We need video proof. You have cameras.
Oh, you use the bathroom, Jeff. You can look at it now and see. the
Yeah.
difference.
Yeah. this
No,
is
thank
true.
you.
Anyway.
So, Laura, what genre is it? Where does it belong in the video store?
Okay, this one's a tough one.
It is a tough one.
Because, like, when you're first going through it, you automatically think drama.
Yep.
And then as everything's going on, you're like, oh, well, could be a little bit of comedy. It's got a little bit of action.
Well, the scene on the swirling
The swirly
geometrically
geometrical
sphere planet.
is a completely action.
Oh yeah,
But-
that's a high tension scene. Like, oh my god.
But overall, just based on the way it plays out, like right to the end, I'm gonna go with drama.
You know, I got to agree with you. Like, I would. It's got comedic elements, but it's not a comedy,
No.
right? Like,
It would have to have more comedy from the get-go than when it starts.
like it would be kind of like, yeah, it'd almost be like calling Iron Man a comedy, which
Almost.
Iron Man's clearly an action.
Very much so.
Yeah.
But then again, that's when you think about it, it's like calling, say, Green Mile or Martian
Yep.
an action.
Yeah, and they wouldn't.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work, right? Like, those are clearly drama.
Yeah.
Less action in those movies than this one. But they still have their bits of action.
Yep.
Like the Wild Bill stuff in Green Mile. Oh.
Right? Now, Martian, like with, right from the get-go, like you have the explosion, you have all of this happening. You could almost lean that way, but it's very heavy on the drama.
Well, The Martian's just like the beginning, there's some action,
Yep.
and then there's some action at the end.
Getting him from the planet.
Yeah.
Right?
And that's all.
It still has a little bit more action than. I mean,
Yeah.
But no, it's very much a drama movie.
And it was a well done drama movie, too.
It was, and again, like I said, I am not one for the space movies, but I like this one.
When I first looked at the cover, I'm just kind of like, like a kind of a stupid movie. And my wife read the book, and she was like, "Oh, it's a really good book, Jeff." And I'm just like, "Well, I could get invested. You say the book is good," and her big thing was like, "I don't know if they're gonna do the alien right," and she was impressed in how they did Rocky.
I actually really want to read the book now. And again, totally wrong genre for me.
Well, the whole time we're in the theaters, it's like, "Oh, I think they're gonna fuck up the ending. I think they're gonna fuck up the ending. I think they're gonna," and then they got the ending right.
Right. I love the little rock children.
Oh, they're so excited to see him.
Right.
Okay, like he gets to be the teacher he wants to be.
And they're so excited. They're like bouncing on each other's heads.
But like, that is such a beautiful moment because it's just like, here is, when you're a high school teacher or elementary teacher, this is all stuff that everyone around you knows. Like, it's been taught to generations. That's the first generation learning this stuff.
Right, and he's the first. He's teaching him light speed for crying out loud.
Mm-hmm.
So, it was nice to see. Though, see, and even that part wasn't the most favorite for me in the ending.
Mm-hmm.
I love the rock children, but it was I made door, you closed door. That one was by far the best. It was like,
I love him and Rocky walking on the beach like old friends.
right, we have the ship ready. You can go home. Can I think about it?
Yes.
Take a long time. Right? No, that part was really good. But yeah,
I was doing this at Easter. Fist my bump.
I walked in the house. I walked into my house after that, and both Mark and I walked up to the kids and fist my bump. And I get the no.
What?
No, it was no, because I just came out wrong. I'm like, no, fist my bump, or give me a thumbs up, thumbs down.
Close enough.
Right? Yeah, no. My kids didn't talk to me for like 2 days.
My nephews were just like, "You saw Project Hail Mary?"
Yeah, mine didn't even ask that. It was just like, that's wrong, Mom. That's wrong. But okay, Jeff, I'm gonna ask you first. What are you gonna rate this?
You're saying it all wrong. This is why I do it, okay?
Too bad. How do you rate this?
Yeah, huh?
How do you rate
That's
this?
not how you do it right, and I will answer you.
Then we're not getting a rating.
Corey,
Starts with an F, then it starts with a T, and there's words afterwards.
Fucking time.
Corey, come in here. I'm not going to do it till she gets it right. I can't do it.
Final thought.
Yay! She did it!
I'm so proud.
So, like, the science probably wasn't perfect, but man, it's almost as close to as perfect as a movie can get. I thought the pacing was really good. I thought everything was well produced. I heard that it was mostly physical effects, eh? Like very little CGI. Like I'd imagine
Practical.
Yes.
practical. That was the word I was looking for. Like it was almost all practical effects, probably except for the spherical, geometrically sphere planet.
The swirly geometrical sphere planet.
The swirly geometrically sphere planet. Like that's one of the few CGI moments in there.
Just call it the SGSP.
Okay. And like it showed in the effects. Like it was. Sometimes you watch a movie and it's just like I'm watching a cartoon. Like what came on last night, the new How to Train Your Dragon, the live action, and Toothless came on, and I'm just like, he looks just like the fucking cartoon. Like why am I watching this? Like why don't I just go watch the cartoon if I want to look at something that looks just like the fucking cartoon? Where this movie looked real, and you know. When you ground the science and when you ground the effects, like, yeah, it was a bit of a, like, oh, there's a big fucking alien ship out in the middle of nowhere. But you know what? You bought it because the situation's actually believable that, like, another alien planet would send out to see the same thing that you're trying to see. Like, it made practical sense. And there was some outlandish stuff like the fishing scene. It was great action. It led to one of the best moments in there with Rocky almost sacrificing himself. But, you know, that was about the closest thing to outlandish that this movie did. The rest of it was so well grounded, and I know I'm hammering that home word I'm hammering that word home. But it's because it's true and it made it good. I'm giving it a Indiana Jones and Last Crusade, which, for those following, that is peak storytelling and peak
Cinematology?
cinematology is not the word I'm looking for. I'm grasping the. What word am I looking for? Never mind. Corey's not listening.
Put it in a context.
It's grounded.
The highest quality storytelling, highest quality filmmaking. That's what I want to say. So, like, when a movie is a Last Crusade, the story is solid, and the way it was shot and the way the effects are is also like almost perfect, right? Like they both coincide when it happens that way. So this gets a rare Last Crusade from me. I wouldn't call it a perfect movie, but man, it was good. It was really good. Enjoyable characters. Rocky blew me away. Like, everything was so well done. Laura, final thoughts?
So I agree with you, especially for
It's
the
a Last
filming.
Crusade?
Well, kind of. You know. But no, for the way it's filmed. One thing that's actually starting to drive me nuts about a lot of movies now compared to this one is the day is almost like brighter than it should be.
Yep.
You don't get those gloomy days, and you got to see gloomy days with this.
Yep.
You got to see the fog. You got to see all of this, and it looked natural.
Mm-hmm. You can
Besides-
tell when there's a scene where they're using real water on a soundstage, or it's CGI water.
Yes.
You can tell.
Yeah. Oh, very much so. You know, right down to them putting him into the plane and flying him out to the air carrier.
Oh my God, that I forgot about that.
And
That
the
was so much
pylon.
fun.
Yeah. But you know, the realism definitely makes this movie better.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's lots of people that'll argue that the way the science worked doesn't make sense. They don't have that much time. There's no way they have that much time to lay it out.
Mm-hmm.
So, and like I said earlier,
There has to be gaps.
right. Well, and like I said earlier, the facial hair growth, everything
Mm-hmm.
makes it make sense. If you pay attention to it. So, right from the storytelling, like when it first started, it's like, oh crap, it's going to be a slow movie. Not really into a slow movie right now, but it does pick up pace. And the story goes very well and flows very well together right to the very end. So, just with that, the filming, Rocky's going to be my favorite alien ever from now on. And the little rock children.
I think he's replaced Groot for me.
Kind of, yeah.
And maybe even Groot. Like, Baby Yoda and Groot were up here, but I think Rocky's...
Right, he surpassed them.
Yep.
Right? So this one, you know, and like I said, I don't like space movies, but I like this one. So this one it's going to get a 4.7 out of 5.
Nice.
And that's only because, in a way, I wish they had have shown actually the pods getting to Earth, not just going right to her listening to the messages.
But I understand why they cut that, though, right? Like,
So
some
what?
stuff needed to be cut, right?
Right, but they could have just like shown them, like when she's in the Arctic there, they could have just shown them falling.
Yep.
Did all the capsules make it? Did only a couple make it? That type of thing. I would have been 100% fine with that. So there's a little elements I would have liked to see, but I still really like this movie.
With the capsule thing, so there's a big thing. I don't know if you know about the new they're orbiting the moon.
Artemis 2
Yeah.
It's back on Earth.
is back on Earth. Yeah.
Oh, is it back already?
Yeah.
That was quick. Anyway, there's a big thing about how you plan shuttles take off in space, right? And they actually address that when the explosion happened. If they don't take off, it puts them back this much longer, right?
Yes.
Because they're going to miss the ideal window.
Yeah.
Now, with the little rockets he sent, that is one thing they didn't address, is that the trajectory of that, and whether or not it would be effective or not.
Yes.
That's about the only thing. But you know what? I think at that point of the movie, I don't think they needed to address it
Right.
that much. Like sometimes you have to address the science, and sometimes you just got to let the movie do its thing.
Right. So, and like I said, that's why the only thing that I would like to have seen is if how many actually made it. But at that point, their focus is changing from saving Earth. Yeah, obviously it gets saved, to I need to save my friend, and that's fine. That's 100% fine.
Wait, and he has his cake and eats it too.
He literally.
Yeah. Did you notice the little? Did you notice their names?
the
John,
the Beatles.
Paul, Ringo, and
Yeah.
George.
Yeah,
I love that. I loved it.
Because even I'm sitting there, he's saying them as they're going. And I looked at Mark and went, "Look, it's the Beatles."
I think there was this thing that I noticed when we did One Battle After Another, how terrible the music was in One Battle After Another.
Was I here for that one?
You were here for One Battle After Another, weren't you?
That was only last week.
No, it wasn't last
No,
week.
was it?
Or the week before, whatever.
Yeah.
No,
was,
then I was not here for that one.
oh, so
That was the week that,
Okay.
yeah.
that was not good music in that one. And I noticed the trend that music scores have not been great in new movies. This actually had a good score, I thought.
I did not mind the score in this one at all.
It wasn't iconic,
No,
but it was good, and it didn't rely, like, I find for good music in a show nowadays almost needs to all be like songs that we know, like familiar
Right.
songs, like Guardians of the Galaxy, right?
Right. So I wouldn't agree with it needing to be songs that we all know, but I think a lot of their issue lately is the songs don't match the tempo.
Oh yeah, but it's
And-
like they don't know how to compose music for movies anymore.
Exactly. And with this one, the music that they chose actually matched the tempo of the movie.
Yep.
So it's not diverting your attention away from the story or any of that, because you're like, why the fuck did they put this in there?
Mhm.
This one worked. All of the songs worked.
Yeah.
I was waiting
Yeah.
for the Yellow Submarine song, but still.
Well, I'm glad they didn't rely heavy on that kind of music. Like I'm
Yeah.
glad they relied. The time they did use it, like, I only think there was like twice where they did it. Like, wasn't Here Come the Sun when they sent out the
Yeah.
little
When they send out the pods, is
Yeah.
Here Comes the Sun.
But other than that, I can't think of another time when they did that. I'm sure there's once more when he's by himself, but like for the most part, it was original score and it wasn't fucking obnoxious.
Right, and that's what I mean by it. It actually matched the tempo of the movie. And so, like, Here Comes the Sun, when he's sending out the pods, it's like, okay, this is upbeat. Look what I'm doing.
No.
But that's about it. That's literally about it on it.
Well, Laura, I guess that wraps it up for us tonight.
It does, and that means you still have 6 more picks, Jeff.
You know what? I'm done picking. You guys can pick. I feel bad. And
We
actually,
made you a promise. So technically, actually, if you did one battle after another last week, or a couple weeks ago, you still have 5.
no, I actually have 7.
Do you still have 7?
Yep.
Why? Who picked one battle after
Yeah, because
another?
you had 9, didn't you?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, but that's okay. I got a couple picks I'd like, but you know what? I feel it's time for someone else to pick next week. So, yeah.
I feel Laura?
I feel like we've been avoiding a Laura pick for a long
Yeah.
time.
Okay.
But we'll talk about that off the air. So.
Yes.
Oh, look, Corey's back. You've been here the entire time, I mean.
Corey,
Yeah.
Corey doesn't exist.
Yeah. Corey, say goodnight.
Good night.
Laura, say
Good night,
goodnight.
Jeff.
Good night, Moon. Bye, Daddy. I hope you're listening. We miss you.
Bye.
I
Danny.
miss you, Danny. Yeah, we can.
Son of a... You miss it every time!
What are you making this worse? No. Oh, that way? Is that it?